This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, open your Putty session. So, guys, today we'll talk about this CMD and entry point examples. Okay, the final touch for Docker file. Then we'll move on to Kubernetes. So, meanwhile, let me share my screen. So, guys, as I told yesterday, what is the point of CMD or entry point means? So, I want to start my application on its own. So that is the reason we use CMD. Okay, automatically CMD will be executed every time. Example, this is my Docker file. Okay, na? If I take this Docker file, guys, this variable concept we'll talk about in Kubernetes. Okay, na? Don't worry about that. What is this dollar symbols and all? We'll talk in Kubernetes. There also we get the same thing. అప్పుడు ఒకేసారి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తా. Now, as of now, see, assume that this CMD prompt is not there in this Docker file, only up to here available. Okay, na? Now, if you create a Docker image here and if you push it to somewhere, Docker Hub, and if anybody use this image to build a container, so application, the database won't come up on its own. ఇది లేకపోతే example, assume that this CMD prompt not there. Except this, we have this file and we created the Docker image. Then that image someone used somewhere, anywhere. So now database won't come up again. Once he create the container, he should log into the container, then he should run this command every time. Okay, na? Otherwise, if I have this CMD prompt and if I create a image from this, and from this image if anybody created a container, so when the container is created and started, every time this command executes. So this is the first command which runs in your container every time. So automatically application comes up. Okay, na? So that is the advantage of CMD or entry point. Now I will show you the difference. What is the difference between CMD and just a small difference, guys. Not a big deal. Okay, so go ahead, Avinash, share your screen. But as of now, guys, did you understand what is CMD? What is CMD? Did you understand? So CMD
Yes.
means that is the first container runtime entries, guys. So from run, then what else? From run, okay, so even user also later container time only, work dir container time, volume container time, not okay, these are like later point of time when container starts, these are applicable. Okay, even CMD also. I'll show example. CMD echo. What is echo command, guys? What is echo command? Just a print command. Okay. Now I want to show you practically. నేను just print చేస్తున్నా. Generally we use application start, any shell script to run. Okay, na, to start the application. That thing we use. But మీకు చూపెట్టడానికి just for practice purpose, I'm showing echo command. Echo command we don't use generally. This is just a print. అంటే నువ్వు ఏమి ఇస్తే అదే ప్రింట్ చేస్తుంది. ఓకేనా, hello command. Let's build a Docker image. Docker build a dot. You can give name, but for time being, I'm not giving. Docker run. So I'm running in attached mode only. Attached key, detached key difference enti? What is the difference between attach and detach? Attached means without key. In the foreground, the container starts. See, hello, the last command cmd prompt executed and log out. Why? Because it's completed. When it comes to HTTPD, why it was not exited? I mean, until you closed it means still that process is continuing. That's the reason you did not get the prompt here. So this process now it started and application is running now. That's the reason your process this you did not get the prompt. But here in this case, you given just echo command. It's printed, done, executed. It is not running now. So that's the reason you got the prompt now. Just for example, I did echo command, but generally what I give application start command. Okay, na. So let's give it cmd also. Maybe I'll create one more Docker file instead of this. So mkdir entry. Just I created one folder. I will copy this file into here. What I do now, I'll make cmd entry point instead of cmd. Both the differences I will show you. Just a small difference only, guys. Okay, now docker build dot. Okay, now docker run -it. See, both are same. Even entry point also printed the same thing. That is the first command which executes in container runtime. Container start అయినప్పుడు run like run అవుతుంది. Now what is the difference I will show you. Okay, so this is sorry. So this one is with entry point. This image was created with cmd. Okay, let's see that echo hi. See, this is cmd image, guys. cmd తో build చేసిన image. See, I'm able to overwrite. cmd లో ఏది ఇచ్చాను, hello ఇచ్చాను కదా with cmd. But see here, I given hi. I'm able to override. Let's see with entry point. This is entry point image. See, guys, what is the difference? ఇది cmd, ఇది entry point. కొన్నిసార్లు, so guys, see, in few cases application team will ask you, there are multiple options we may have with application, guys. అప్లికేషన్ స్టార్ట్ చేయడానికి డిఫరెంట్ ఆప్షన్స్ ఉండొచ్చు. ఓకేనా? సో ఎగ్జాంపుల్, guys, Jenkins, take Jenkins. This is Java command. Okay, na? Is giving full path actually. Generally, we give just Java if it is Java command. Docker command. But full path also will be there for that. You can use like that also. Okay, see, multiple options he has. creating container, I want to make like maybe I want to provide my inputs. అంటే ఎట్లాంటి ఇన్పుట్స్ కావాలి, ఎట్లాంటి అప్లికేషన్ ఆప్షన్ కావాలని నేనే చెప్పాలి. ఓకేనా, డిఫాల్ట్ వన్ యూజ్ దిస్, default one use this. If at all I don't give also, it will take this one. But if at all I want to change also, please allow me. If I go with CMD, what will happen guys? ఈ ఆప్షన్స్ వాడు మార్చుకోవచ్చు కావాలనుకుంటే లేటర్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ టైం వైల్ కంటైనర్. ఐ నో నీడ్ టు రీబిల్డ్ మై ఇమేజ్ టు డూ దట్. నా ఇమేజ్ ని మళ్ళీ రీబిల్డ్ చేయాల్సిన పని లేదు. అదే కంటైనర్, అదే ఇమేజ్ ఐ కెన్ రీయూజ్ ఇట్ ఫర్ డిఫరెంట్ ఆప్షన్స్ if it is with CMD. అర్థమైందా గైస్? వాట్ ఈస్ ద పర్పస్ ఆఫ్ CMD గైస్? CMD కి ఎంట్రీ పాయింట్ కి డిఫరెన్స్ అర్థమైందా? CMD ఆప్షన్స్ మనం తర్వాత మార్చుకోవచ్చు కంటైనర్ బిల్డ్ టైంలో, బట్ ఎంట్రీ పాయింట్ వి మారవు. సో కొన్నిసార్లు అప్లికేషన్ టీమ్ దే మే ఆస్క్ యూ, అమర్, so this is what I need, I want to change it in later point of, so I don't need to rebuild image for every option. ప్రతి ఆప్షన్ కి ఒక సెపరేట్ డాకర్ ఇమేజ్ అవసరం లేదు. ఓకేనా, సేమ్ డాకర్ ఇమేజ్ ఐ కెన్ గో విత్ దట్. ఐ హోప్ యూ అండర్స్టూడ్. అర్థమైందా గైస్? సిఎండిలో ఇచ్చిన ఆప్షన్స్ మార్చుకోవచ్చు కంటైనర్ బిల్డ్ టైంలో. ఇప్పుడు నాకు ఈ ఆప్షన్ వద్దు, బట్ ఒక ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే సిఎండిలో నువ్వు ఒక ఆప్షన్ మార్చాలన్నా ఇది మొత్తం ఇవ్వాలి వైల్ క్రియేటింగ్ ద కంటైనర్. ఓకేనా, ఇది ఒక్క ఆప్షన్ ఇస్తే సరిపోదు, ఇదంతా ఇవ్వాలి. దట్స్ ద ప్రాబ్లం విత్ సిఎండి. ఓకేనా, సో ఎగ్జాంపుల్ దిస్ ఆప్షన్ ఐ వాంట్ టు చేంజ్, మేబీ అజ్యూమ్ దట్, నేను ఇదే అనట్లేదు, ఒకవేళ ఇఫ్ ఎట్ ఆల్ application guy want to change this option, you want to use some other option instead of this, maybe application కు ఉంది అనుకోండి, అప్పుడు ఇది ఒక్కటే కాదు, వాడు he has to give entire stuff while creating the container. ఓకేనా, that is the problem with CMD. and here to avoid that మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే, ఇప్పుడు ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మన కాంబినేషన్ కూడా వాడుకోవచ్చు ఎంట్రీ పాయింట్ అలాంగ్ విత్ ద CMD. అంటే కమాండ్స్ మొత్తం నీకు ఎంట్రీ పాయింట్లు ఇస్తాయి, ఏవైతే చేంజ్ అవసరం లేదో అవన్నీ ఎంట్రీ పాయింట్లు ఇస్తాం. ఎంట్రీ పాయింట్ విత్ CMD. మనం కాంబినేషన్ కూడా వాడుకోవచ్చు గైస్. ఐ విల్ షో యూ వన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నౌ. ఏదో ఒకటి కాకుండా రెండు కూడా వాడుకోవచ్చు మనం. Yeah, see here, example, my command is, can you please open the notepad? వీడు ఇలా ఎందుకు వాడాడో చెప్తాను నేను. ఓపెన్ యువర్ నోట్ప్యాడ్. Can you please copy that file? Copy this. ఓకే, సరే, వాడికి లేటర్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ టైం ఈ వర్డ్ చేంజ్ చేయాలి యాక్చువల్లీ, ఇది ఒక్కటే. ఓకే, ఎకో హలో వరల్డ్ అని కాకుండా, సో ఇక్కడ ఏమి ఇవ్వచ్చు అంటే నేను డైరెక్ట్ ఇలా ఇవ్వచ్చు వాడు. ఓకేనా, బట్ అలా ఎందుకు ఇవ్వలేదు అంటే, ఇప్పుడు ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఐ బిల్డ్ అన్ ఇమేజ్ విత్ దట్. ఓకే, డాకర్ రన్ -IT image name. Okay, now I want to change only this word, but ఏమి ఇవ్వాలి, నేను కంప్లీట్ థింగ్స్ ఇవ్వాలి. ఇప్పుడు ఎకో హలో, ఎకో హలో అమర్, నేను ఇది ఒక్కటే చేంజ్ చేయాలి, బట్ స్టిల్ ఇదంతా ఇవ్వాలి నేను మొత్తం. అలా కాకుండా కాపీ దిస్, go to notepad, paste it. So guys, now this time I no need to give full command, just అమర్ ఇస్తే సరిపోతుంది. So because entry point it will print hello and it will take this also as argument, guys. So this is the advantage why we use combination entry point with cmd. ఇక్కడ ఎంట్రీ పాయింట్ లో ఇచ్చిన కమాండ్స్ నువ్వు మార్చాల్సిన పని లేదు. సో వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ వాంట్ టు మానిటర్, యూ వాంట్ టు చేంజ్ దోస్, యూ విల్ మేక్ ఇట్ విత్ cmd, those options. Why? Because if you go with the simple cmd instead of entry point, okay, so even one option if you want to change also, entire command you have to type here, time waste unnecessary. Maybe it's here this is fine, a small command, but in later point of time assume that it's a big command, like around 2-3 lines commands are there. Yeah, definitely that much big commands and options also will be there, so that time it will be very useful. I hope you understood what is the difference between entry point and cmd. అర్థమైందా guys? Any questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, so my request is to you guys, everybody, you should go through all these docker files. మీరు ఆ డాకర్ ఫైల్స్ అర్థం చేసుకొని ట్రై టు ఇంప్లిమెంట్. మేబీ దిస్ కమాండ్ పార్ట్ యూ like you no need to understand because these are application related few commands, okay na, but the instruction part you should take care compulsory. The instruction part is very important. Now I will give you few videos also for docker files, guys. Compulsory you should go through with those videos also. You have to implement these videos, I mean these docker files, compulsory. Just a minute. Yeah, I'm sending, guys. For different application, how to build a Docker files. Yeah, okay. So everybody, like multiple Docker files you have to build to understand the things. So very important concept, guys. Docker file. Okay. Yeah. Now the next topic is Kubernetes. So why Kubernetes is required? What is the purpose of Kubernetes? So guys, I can say Kubernetes topic is extension to Docker. Okay. So why do we need a Kubernetes means? In Docker, we have some challenges. కొన్ని challenges ఉన్నాయి మనకి guys Docker లో. Example, we have one Docker host. In Docker host, we have multiple containers. Okay, na. Tell me few things. If at all my container, maybe if my Docker host is down, what is the status of container? Guys, నా డాకర్ హోస్ట్ డౌన్ అయితే నా కంటైనర్ స్టేటస్ ఏంటి? వాట్ ఈస్ ద కంటైనర్ స్టేటస్? Tell me fast. We don't have time.
It's down.
Obviously, all containers down. Assume
Yes.
that 5 containers are there in my what I can say in my Docker host. Anywhere it can be. Obviously, my containers down. So downtime problem. ఒక EC2 ఇన్స్టెన్స్ ఒక డాకర్ హోస్ట్ డౌన్ అయితే 4-5 కంటైనర్స్ డౌన్ అవుతాయి అందులో ఉన్న. సో 4-5 కంటైనర్స్ విల్ బి డౌన్. దట్ ఈస్ ఫస్ట్ ఛాలెంజ్. నో హై అవైలబిలిటీ. రియల్ టైంలో హై అవైలబిలిటీ ఈజ్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. Okay, second, I got a latest version of the image. So how do you update your existing image? Na container run అవుతుంది already. My application is running since 6 months. Now I got latest image. So how do you create your container with latest image? నేను బ్యాక్ ఓల్డ్ది డిలీట్ చేస్తేనే కదా కొత్తది మళ్ళీ రీక్రియేట్ చేస్తా. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో గైస్? I delete old one. Before that, I'll take the backup, safe side. I'll make sure that volume is available. The same volume I'll attach to the new container with the latest image. So again, downtime. For upgradation also downtime required. Assume that I have 4 containers in my Docker host. And somehow my Docker host, in my Docker host, like I have 4 GB RAM, 4 containers running. Generally, they should not cross 1 GB RAM. Assume that, anukondi. Whatever the applications I'm running in my container, actually they don't need more than 1 GB. As per my expectation, assume that. Anukondi, a small application, so it should not cross 1 GB. I know that. Anta load e untadi danlo, antaku minchi undadu. I know that already. But somehow, okay, one of the container is taking more than that, 2 GB somehow. Maybe sometimes it is possible, guys, because of some some internal process, something happened to that container, it consuming 2 CPUs, maybe 2 GB RAM. Then what about other containers? Guys, containers ఎప్పుడైనా ఎంత కావాలో అంతే వాడుకుంటాయి. So example, I have 6 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM in my Docker host. Now if I have 5 container, the maximum load they may have 1 GB. అంతకు మించి రాదు. But ఇప్పుడు కరెంట్ స్టేట్ in now current state, assume that they don't have any load, so they don't use it. It will be with Docker host only, guys. అవసరం లేనప్పుడు డాకర్ కంటైనర్ వాడుకోదు. It will be with Docker host. So assume that like 4 GB RAM generally we need, but currently like all are in normal stage. Hardly they are using 500, 500, 500 MB. Now all of a sudden one of the container consuming 2 GB. Now later point of time the second container now it need 1 GB. Okay, now maybe all now it's a peak load for all the containers. They started consuming like 1 GB, 1 GB, 1 GB. But here the first container consuming 2 GB, right? There is no enough memory for the other containers. వాటివి కూడా ఇదే వాడుకుంటుంది హాఫ్ ఆఫ్ జీబీ. నా వాట్ ఈస్ ద స్టేటస్ ఆఫ్ అదర్ కంటైనర్స్ గైస్? వాటికి ఇనఫ్ మెమొరీ లేదు ఇప్పుడు. వాట్ ఈస్ ద స్టేటస్ ఆఫ్ అదర్ అప్లికేషన్స్ నౌ? కెన్ దే పర్ఫార్మ్ అప్ టు డేట్? అప్ టు డేట్ పర్ఫార్మ్ చేస్తాయి అవి?
Slow running.
No, right? So they will be slow. Customers may face application is very slow. Like this, multiple challenges we have in Docker. So to achieve all these things, Kubernetes comes into picture. On top of Docker, we use Kubernetes, guys. Docker to part, Docker lekunda kaadu. With Docker, we use Kubernetes. So to understand Kubernetes topic, compulsory you should know all this stuff, guys. మనం ఈ రోజు ఏదైతే ఇప్పటి వరకు మాట్లాడుకున్నామో డాకర్, without Docker you can't understand Kubernetes. Can you please open a paint session? How Kubernetes achieves all this stuff, overcome all these challenges? So guys, in Kubernetes there will be master and worker node architecture, not one host like Docker. Docker laga oka host undadu. Like in Docker only one, right? One host only. Here only my containers running. Yes or no? Here only my container. But here one master. In master nothing will run here. I mean related this container. In worker node only containers will run. But here the thing is will maintain a replicas, guys. In Docker only for one application. Example, this is a website. Okay, now only one container. Duplicate is not possible in Docker. But here replicas will maintain 2, 3, 10, 20. It's up to you. Same container, same data, same volume for both of them. Okay, now same data, same volume, same application, same website. Again, assume that this is WhatsApp related. Maybe one more audio calling. For audio calling, 2 replicas, 2 or 3, 5, 10. It's up to your load. Like this, we will maintain the replicas in 2 worker nodes. So one master and minimum 2 worker nodes. You can have any number of worker nodes. Okay, na indulo Docker host antam kada. Indulo worker nodes antam. We call it as worker nodes. And here we maintain the replicas for each container. Then to which container the customer will connect, I will show you. Basically, there will be a concept of load balancer. So Kubernetes supports load balancer. You will get a common URL if I go with load balancer. So I'll get like one URL only. With that URL only, customer will access. Okay. So what is the first challenge? If one Docker host is down, in Docker, if it is down, all containers down. But in this case, if this worker node down, already replicas are there. These replicas also will go to this worker node. Maybe we will have enough worker nodes, not 2. Ronde kaadu. Enough worker nodes maintain. Minimum 2, but you can have any number. Okay, na. For critical application, that is must and should, guys. So if this worker node down, these replicas will go to. But meanwhile, still application is accessible because other replicas are there. Application never goes down because still my replica is there. From this replica, customer will accept. But meanwhile, this also will come to here. Okay, now that is first challenge. And what is the second challenge? Same. If one of the container in this, like multiple containers I have, one of the container consuming more CPU, more memory. No problem. So example, now this container like started using whatever he needs. But already this container consuming more. So it doesn't have the enough memory. So it will go to other worker node. If at all here it doesn't have any enough memory or RAM, it will go to other worker node automatically. So second challenge overcome. What is the third challenge? What is the third challenge means? Upgrade. I got a latest image. Now then here in this case I have only one container. So I have to delete this. Maybe before that I'll take a backup. I'll delete it. I'll create new container with the latest image with the same value. But here in this case, you have replicas, maybe 3 replicas, 4 replicas for the same container. So what I do, one by one I will update. We call it as rolling update, guys. Rolling method. అంటే ఒక్కొక్కటి update చేస్తా. First container first, then second container, then third container, like that. Not all in one shot. Whichever is major, that application works to the customer. Okay, now so in rolling update manner, I will update my. So still, while updating also my application works to the customer. So see, like that, high availability is there. Okay, now so even I upgrade without downtime. Even anywhere the resource consumption is resource issues are there. Still other worker nodes are there. Like that, multiple advantages with Kubernetes. That is the reason we go with Kubernetes. So I hope you understood why do we need Kubernetes on top of Docker. అర్థమైందా గైస్ డాకర్ మీద Kubernetes ఎందుకు వాడతామో? Of course, little extra cost only here when compared to Docker. Okay, na? But still, like for high availability, this is mandatory. Guys, did you understand what is the purpose of Kubernetes? అర్థమైందా guys? Did you understand? Any questions? The basic usage. In master only manages these guys. Master doesn't have anything related to application. So we call it as cluster. This group of servers are called as cluster, and this is the management node, control plane node, which manages your worker node, your resources which are available inside your worker node. Okay, those things and all managed by master node. Okay, now how to set up this Kubernetes? There are multiple method, my guys. Okay, now there are multiple methods available in Kubernetes to set up, like Minikube. Minikube is just for practice purpose. We don't use in real time. Okay, so Kubedium. Generally, we use Kubedium for on-premises. అంటే మీ own data centers ఉంటాయి. But mostly we go with cloud, right? So COPS, EKS, AKS, GKS. This many ways are there to set up the Kubernetes. COPS works for all the clouds. EKS works for only AWS. It is AWS service. AWS లో ఒక సర్వీస్ ఉంది మనకి to set up Kubernetes. EKS we call it as. AKS means Elastic Kubernetes Service, Azure service. Azure లో ఒక సర్వీస్ ఉంది. GKS means Google Kubernetes Service. And COPS works for all the clouds. So now I'm going to show you COPS. Okay. So COPS and EKS majorly used by real time, guys. So COPS I will show you. EKS you have to set up similar setup. అలాగే ఉంటుంది. కాప్స్ అర్థమైతే నీకు ఈకేఎస్ కూడా అర్థమవుతుంది. సేమ్ మాస్టర్ వర్కర్ నోట్స్ ఉంటాయి, కాకపోతే కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ డైరెక్ట్ కనిపిస్తాయి. ఇక్కడనేమో మనం సెటప్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఓకే, సో కాప్స్ టఫ్ కాబట్టి కాప్స్ చూపిస్తా. ఓకే, So Minikube, we use it just for practice purpose. So Cubadium, if you have your own data center, nowadays చాలా తక్కువ data centers. Generally we go with cloud only. So COPS is enough. COPS and EKS are enough. Okay. Compulsory you have to learn. Now let me show you COPS method. What is COPS method? Guys, COPS method అంటే ఏంటంటే అదొక additional software. ఓకేనా? So what we do means we take one additional server. ఓకేనా? So here we'll install COPS and Kubernetes. COPS, kubectl, that kube controller, Kubadium. ఓకేనా? And we will give authority to your AWS account. మీ AWS account కి అథారిటీ ఇస్తాం దీనికి, ఈ పర్టికులర్ EC2 ఇన్స్టెన్స్ కి. ఓకేనా? సో we call it as IAM role. By use IAM అనే ఒక సర్వీస్ ఉంది మీ AWS account లో. We have a service called IAM. By using that IAM role, ఓకేనా? So we give authority to your this EC2 instance. మీ AWS account కి అథారిటీ ఇస్తాం ఈ EC2 ఇన్స్టెన్స్ కి. సో వెన్ ఐ రన్ కాప్స్ క్లస్టర్ కమాండ్స్, మీరు ఇది సెటప్ చేసి ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసి, ఇఫ్ యూ క్రియేట్ ఎ కాప్స్ క్లస్టర్, సో ఇట్ విల్ కనెక్ట్ టు యువర్ క్యూబర్నెటిస్ క్లస్టర్, సారీ AWS అకౌంట్. బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ లో ఇది కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది మన EC2 ఇన్స్టెన్స్, ఈ కాప్స్ మాస్టర్ అంటాం దీన్ని. సో ఇట్ విల్ కనెక్ట్ టు క్యూబర్నెటిస్ క్లస్టర్, సారీ AWS అకౌంట్. మొత్తం అదే సెటప్ చేస్తుంది, మాస్టర్ ని, వర్కర్ నోడ్స్ ని. వెరీ ఈజీ టు సెటప్. ఒక్కసారి మీకు అర్థమైందంటే కాప్స్ వెరీ ఈజీ. హార్డ్లీ లైక్ టు సెటప్ ద థింగ్స్ ఇట్ విల్ టేక్ 5 minutes, 10 minutes. అంటే బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ ప్రాసెస్ ఎక్కువ తీసుకుంటుంది, బట్ మీరు రన్ చేయడానికి, టు రన్ యువర్ కమాండ్స్ అండ్ ఆల్, ఇట్ టేక్స్ హార్డ్లీ 10 minutes. But in the back end again, it will take 10-15 more minutes. So overall 25-30 minutes it will take overall. Okay, so like that, this is how COPS work. COPS means Kubernetes operations. It is an additional application, not Kubernetes. Okay na? So I'll give you one notes now. Maybe I don't know. It's taking one by one. Can you please do one thing? Can you copy? Can you open your WhatsApp and copy that into group chat? Yes, I don't know. Actually it's asking group by group, one by one. I'm not able to send all together. I don't know why. Hmm. Paste it in chat box. Yeah. So as I told, let's create an EC2 instance quickly. Okay, so we are going to build a corpse master. Hmm. Review and launch. What happened?
We can use both the instances here, right? AWS means Kubernetes and Docker.
Yeah, definitely. Say corpse master, not slaves, not Kubernetes. Say corpse master. So this is not Kubernetes service. Corpse is additional software, guys, additional application.
K.
KOPS. KOPS. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So now login. Yeah. Now, as I told, I need authority, guys. Wait. Go back. I need authority. So to this EC2 instance, I want to manage this AWS account. గైస్ మీరే కాదు ఒక పర్టికులర్ హ్యూమన్ కావచ్చు ఆర్ ఎ పర్టికులర్ సర్వీస్ వాంట్స్ టు మేనేజ్ యువర్ ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ అకౌంట్ సో ఫర్ దట్ పర్పస్ దేర్ ఈస్ ఎ సర్వీస్ కాల్డ్ ఐఏఎం ఎవరికైనా యాక్సెస్ ఇవ్వాలనుకోండి మనం ఈ అకౌంట్ కి టు యువర్ ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ అకౌంట్ దేర్ ఈస్ ఎ సర్వీస్ కాల్డ్ ఐఏఎం హ్యూమన్స్ కి అయితే వి గివ్ యూజర్ ఐఏఎం యూజర్ క్రెడెన్షియల్స్ వస్తాయి నౌ EC2 instance, is it a human or service? Guys, EC2 instance human or service?
Service.
Service. So we need IAM role. Guys, access లో two types ఉంటాయి. One is user, one more is role. హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్స్ కి అయితే ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వన్ డెవలపర్ వచ్చి ఒక సర్వీస్ కి యాక్సెస్ అడిగాడు అనుకోండి సో విచ్ వన్ ఐ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ యూజర్ ఆర్ రోల్ యూజర్ బికాస్ ఈజ్ ఎ హ్యూమన్ okay now I'm going to create role. So EC2 is one of the service again. So create role. Naku, guys, for me, I need 4 permissions. I will tell you slowly why do we need those. Okay. So first of all, to create your EC2 instances, I need EC2 instances, right? To create a COPS, Kubernetes master, worker nodes. సో EC2 ఫుల్ సర్వీస్ ఐ నీడ్ గైస్ ప్రతి సర్వీస్ కి ఒక పాలసీ ఉంటుంది 2 పాలసీస్ ఉంటాయి ఫుల్ పాలసీ రీడ్ పాలసీ EC2 full policy select it and S3 full policy. S3 is storage actually in your AWS. I'll tell you why do we need that. So total 4 permissions I need. S3 IAM. Slowly you will come to know that why do we need those, and later slowly you will come to know that. So 4 permissions I am giving to this role. Okay, 4 permissions I given. Next, role name, you can say cops, anything, you can give any name, it's up to you. Just all are defaults only. Just verify. What are the permissions I given? Route 53 service, IAM service, S3 service, EC2 service. Four services manage చేయొచ్చు నేను ఈ రోల్ తో. ఈ రోల్ ఎక్కడ అటాచ్ చేస్తే అక్కడ క్రియేట్ రోల్. ఓకే, క్రియేటింగ్ రోల్. నౌ లెట్స్ గో టు, నాకు ఏ సర్వీస్ కి కావాలి? EC2 కదా. లెట్స్ గో టు EC2, దట్ పర్టికులర్ EC2 dashboard. Okay, let it be. Yeah, it's created. Go to EC2 dashboard. So let's attach that role to this EC2. Guys, you can install this in Windows also. This cops method, not only a Linux machine. Even my laptop lo kuda, like you can set up that. You can try that. Okay, this is my cops master, right? Select it, actions, cops role. Yeah. Now, can you please log into that cops master EC2 instance? Then login avanni. And set the host name cops. Here, guys, మీరు command line నుంచి, okay, example, let me ask you one question. WhatsApp, how many ways I can access? Guys, WhatsApp ఎన్ని రకాలుగా నేను యాక్సెస్ చేయొచ్చు?
వాట్సాప్ వెబ్ అండ్ వాట్సాప్ అప్లికేషన్.
అప్లికేషన్ తో వాడుకోవచ్చు, బ్రౌజర్ లో కూడా. ఇన్ బ్రౌజర్ ఆల్సో ఐ కెన్ యాక్సెస్ ఫ్రమ్ application. So here also your AWS account you can manage from command line as well as like a console also, browser also, and we have one application for AWS. So that application called as AWS CLI. So this is Amazon Linux, right? Already Amazon version will be there. Amazon CLI will be installed. Amazon CLI అనేది ఒక application పేరు guys. Amazon CLI is one application, AWS application. By using that application commands also, you can access your AWS account. Okay, now tell me, now here AWS CLI also there. If at all not there, this is the procedure. AWS CLI installation on, example, you are using Windows or maybe Red Hat. Okay, procedure ఉంటుంది దానికి to install, to set up the application, to set up AWS CLI application. If it is Linux, you have to follow these commands. But already I am using Amazon Linux. So in Amazon Linux, నాకు by default వచ్చేస్తుంది AWS CLI. I no need to install. Everybody mute yourself. Okay, now. So this is Amazon Linux. The machine, the EC2 instance which I taken, the OS I taken. So I no need to install it. Already it's there. Now tell me, this EC2 instance have now one role. ఆ role కి ఏమేం permissions ఇచ్చాను నేను? EC2 permission, S3 permission, IAM permission. You will come to know slowly, one by one. Okay na, total 4 services వాడుకోవచ్చు ఇక్కడ నుండి ఫుల్ గా ఇన్ నీ అకౌంట్ లో. IAM, Route 53. Okay, na? So 4 policies I can create. Now, what is S3 bucket means? S3 is one of the network storage in your AWS. Ante over the network from multiple devices. So do you know Google Drive or OneDrive? What is Google Drive or OneDrive? What is the difference between your internal storage and Google Drive, guys? Internal storage ki Google Drive ki difference enti? Huh? Guys, pen drive gaani, internal storage or Google Drive, what is the difference? Google Drive
Mm,
enti?
Web
Google
act
Drive paid. It's a
Anywhere
paid.
I can access. Okay,
Yeah.
leave it paid or unpaid, like or maybe free service out of matter. Now I'm asking usage.
I mean, without a physical device, we can just I mean,
From
that
anywhere I can access it if you have the access. అంతే కదా, ఓవర్ ద నెట్వర్క్ ఐ కెన్ యాక్సెస్. నా ల్యాప్టాప్లోనే ఉండదు అది. It is over the network. Same, S3 is one of the storage in AWS. It provides huge storage for less cost. There are multiple storage types in AWS. Okay, S3 is one of the storage type. Let's create a storage. Go to S3 service. Why I need this means, actually guys, when I install cops here, it will generate few configurations. So I don't want to save them locally. Local disk low, EC2 instance disk low, I don't want to save. I want to save centrally. So that even if this cops master has any problem, I can create one more EC2. From there I can access those configurations. So that is the reason we need a centralized storage, the best practice. Here I need my storage name, maybe cops amar, so no special characters, cops amar, like whatever the name you need. Okay na? So but before that, let's do one thing. Actually I'm going to create, have you heard anytime GoDaddy vinnara?
No,
What is
you said one time. I know.
what is GoDaddy?
where we can create own websites.
Domain names, amar.com, pradeep.com, domain names we can create. Okay na? Same route 53 similar service in AWS. GoDaddy ఎలాగైతే ఉంటుందో ఇక్కడ route 53 కూడా అలాంటి సర్వీసే. route 53 similar service. Okay na? Similar to GoDaddy. Okay. So here I'm going to create. No, actually guys, maybe today I think time won't permit. It's already like time up. We'll do one thing. So as of now, just keep it the same way. Okay, keep it ready. So these things and all tomorrow I will explain. Okay na? So maybe if possible, you can start working on this. Okay, but కొంచెం సెటప్ చేయాలి, like route 53 domain create చేయడం, bucket create చేయడం. Then after you have to, maybe tomorrow I will show this concept. Okay na? How to set up this cops master. Okay na? As of now I hope you understood what is cops master, what we did till now. దీనికి అథారిటీ ఇచ్చాము ఇప్పుడు. We have the authority, so it can connect to Kubernetes, AWS, and it will launch as many as master worker nodes అదే సెటప్ చేసుకుంటది. ఓకేనా? సో టుమారో విల్ సీ దట్ గైస్.
Okay, sir.
Okay, yeah, bye.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, bye guys.
Thank you.